Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds podcast. I'm your co-host, Pumangato, the cat that hands your lawsuits back. And to my left over here is the main man, Jesus Dinero, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly ideas, brother, and spicier content than your girl's only fans.
What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So listen, I'll be honest with you. I follow a lot of boxers, a lot of MMA fighters. I follow a lot of it. Apart from the fights itself, I watch a lot of their Instagrams. I pay attention to a lot of what's going on, their Twitter, so on and so forth. So one thing that's been going on recently is Oscar has been doing his Clapback Thursday, which I'm not a lot. I have found very entertaining. One that he did very recently, he was talking about the number of people that have been claiming he doesn't pay his fighters, doesn't pay the people that he promotes the fights for. And I wanted to talk about that because here's the thing. At a certain point, if one person blames you for one thing, maybe they're lying, maybe they're bitter, maybe they don't like you, whatever. Two, it's still looking a little sketchy for you. But maybe, again, same concept. Maybe they're lying, maybe they hate you, maybe they just got a grudge against you, whatever. When 3, 4, 5, 6 are all saying the same thing, there might be something to it. So, listen, there's been a number of people that have accused Oscar of not paying his fighters, from people like Canelo, people like Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia at one point, even though him and Ryan are buddy-buddy right now. You brought up one a second ago, Juan Manuel Marquez has made a similar comment, and so on and so on. There's been a number of fighters, Triple G, that have all come out and said, hey, Oscar didn't pay me. So some of them actually did, in fact, bring up a lawsuit against Oscar. Now, with that being said, listen, I'm going to keep it a buck. I like Oscar. I know a lot of people don't like him because of all the weird stuff that Oscar used to do, but I feel like the person that Oscar is now is not the person that he was before, so I actually fuck with him. But I'm going to keep it 100. Even though I like the dude, I'm going to be honest with you because I'm not going to be on here like everyone else is where I'm kissing somebody's butt just because I think they're a cool dude. It's probably true. The fact that so many boxers have come out and said, you're not paying us. You're hiding money. You're essentially not giving me what's owed. I gotta believe it's true. Now listen, a lot of this stuff never gets put out because a lot of the intimate details of boxers would be put out, what their average pay is, how much they're generally bringing in pay-per-view numbers, things that if they're not great, people don't want out in the world, right? Because then it would bring down a lot of their star power, a lot of their earning power, so on and so forth. So I understand why. My job on a daily basis, I actually handle lawsuits on a pretty daily basis, so I'm pretty used to seeing a lot of this stuff that generally becomes confidential when someone is a superstar. I've had a couple cases where we have had to have confidentiality agreements where our client may be getting some money, but they have to essentially basically never tell anyone that they got it, who they got it from, so on and so forth. So I'm pretty familiar with these aspects of it. Now, with that being said, the fact that Oscar has been not just sued, but sued successfully by a few people, to me tells me it's more than likely true. I don't know how true. I can't tell you, he hid millions from them, a few 100,000, 10,000, 20. I can't tell you that. But the fact that so many people have accused him of it, and a few people have won, Triple G comes to mind because I know he won his lawsuit against Oscar, so on and so forth. I kind of feel like those things point to it's probably true. And again, I like Oscar. Oscar seems like a funny dude. I fuck with this Clapback Thursday shit. It's a little cheesy, but I fuck with it. That being said, listen, my man, start paying your people. When this many people come out and are saying the same exact thing, you're not paying us what we're owed, whatever that may be, where there's smoke, there's fire, big dog, and there's a whole lot of smoke coming out of this particular avenue. The worst part about that is, a lot of you may not know this, maybe some of you do, the more hardcore fans will know this. There was a point where Oscar was where I believe it was Bob Arum, where he was under him. He eventually bought out of his contract, went off and started Golden Boy. At that point, the reason Oscar wanted to buy out of his contract was because he felt he was being robbed. He felt that he was not receiving the money that he was owed. So to become the thing that you initially hated is kind of sad, Oscar. And again, listen, Golden Boy, I fuck with you. You're a cool dude. You're funny as hell. But pay your people, big dog. And listen, I get it. You know, Oscar has a certain lifestyle to fund. Oscar has a company that he's got to make sure stays alive. I get all that. That being said, the only way you stay in business is by doing good business. And listen, I don't need to tell Oscar. Oscar's a success. But some of that has been through begotten means, and I'm just not a fan of that. What do you think about that, big dog?
Okay, so the thing that I have a problem with is especially for instances where it doesn't really seem like anybody would like, for you to have this many accusations and nobody to come to your defense. Keep in mind, he still does business with Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins is affiliated with Golden Boy Promotions, and the fact that he hasn't come out and said anything to like any sort of defense or even not fighting wise, but like
I think he has on a couple of.
he's okay. He's done. Okay, fine. But like Canelo, for example, Canelo was the one that defended Triple G not getting his pay. And keep in mind, they're supposed to be competitive rivals. They're not really buddy like that. Maybe after the fact, but the fact that even they're at odds and you're like, yo, he still needs to get paid for this makes me. And keep in mind, Canelo Alvarez was under Golden Boy at one point. So the fact that even he says, yeah, I was working with him, I was working under him, and yeah, Triple G still didn't get paid. Like, what's that got to say about the kind of company that you keep if your employees are talking smack about the promotion that they were previously under for all that pay? Like, yeah, it's a little skeevy. And was Ryan also debating about the fighter pay from Oscar? Okay, cool. Your own people are starting to denigrate the place that they're working with. And again, it's not good business, especially at the end of the day, for a fighting promoter to have trouble with fighting pay. Because I remember hearing reports that fighter pay was being withheld for months, holding on to hundreds and thousands, maybe even $1 million of a purse. And look, withholding pay is already bad enough. When it's months on end and it's in the hundreds and thousands minimum, a lot of people are going to get irate fast. Like, fighting is already kind of a dangerous sport as it is. Going into the ring, you're not promised your life back every single time. And to be told that you're being held with pay for months on end, I'd be pissed too. I'd be absolutely pissed. So yes, the amount of people that are accusing of that, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not looking good. It's not looking good if you're withholding pay this amount of times for this amount of money and on months on end. It is insane.
Yeah, man, I couldn't agree more with you. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Again, Oscar, I think you're a funny ass dude. I fuck with you. But the reality of it is, the concept is, if this many people are coming out and telling you that you're holding their funds and holding their money, and a substantial amount, according to a lot of these people, a substantial amount of money, again, big dog, it's looking like you really are holding their funds a little bit way too long, more than you should. So my thing is, listen, I get it. You got a business, you got a lifestyle, I get it. Pay your boxers, big dog. And again, listen, I say this as someone who, to this day, I fuck with Oscar. I think he's a cool dude. Yeah, he did a lot of weird, corny shit. Not going to fight those allegations at all for him. He's a grown-ass man. He's already addressed them. But that being said, he's a legitimate businessman. He's done a lot of big things. And I kind of low-key feel like when he does stuff like this, again, it makes you look bad because you bought out of your contract for that very specific reason. You felt like you weren't getting what's owed to you as a boxer. So from you actually being a boxer, to being able to go out, start your own company, so on and so forth, now doing the exact same thing to other boxers, it's not a good look, brother. It's not a good look. Hopefully, this stops going on. Again, we have no proof, but this many boxers coming out saying the exact same thing, it kind of looks like you might not be the best person when it comes to other people's funds. So let's hope that type of stuff gets taken care of, and definitely look into no more complaints, because I want to see some reputable business doings, especially, with how boxing has been blowing up this year, the phenomenal fights we've been getting. It'd be good to not have these little bumps in the road happen. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.